We've arrived at Peace River Campground in Wauchula, Florida. Let's go check it out. As soon as you pull into the campground, the entry gate is off to your left, and you'll just pull off to the right here and check in with the guard. Adjacent to the guard shack, you'll find the playground. This is where you'll check in. After you clear the gate and you find your site, you'll just check in at that window off to the left. Peace River Chapels, where they have some activities, and right in here is the laundry room. It's right next to the pool.
In the laundry room, I came down early this morning because it tends to get busy as the day goes on, but right off the laundry room you can access to the pool. Right now that door is locked, so we will get footage of that later. But they have 8 dryers and 6 washers. It is $1.75 to dry and $1.75 to wash. You can either use your CSC card, credit debit, or cash on the machines. So they do give you an option of what you can use. There you go.
They do have a pool here at Peace River Campground, Thousand Trails. Came out early in the morning because it sure gets crowded during the day. And my favorite, they also have a hot tub. On a Friday afternoon, I actually caught the pool when it wasn't packed. They have a large fire pit right outside of the pool area, along with some picnic tables. We had a little rain last night. There's a close-up of our campsite. Had good weather since we've been here. It's only rain in roughly 2 weeks we've been here. Show you around the campground more a little bit later. You'll be able to find some shade at Peace River Campground. To my right is Catfish Street. And Catfish Street's another street where you're going to find some shade. I'm camped on Deer Street. All these sites on the right hand side facing the road are 50 amp full hookup sites. Here's another vantage point of those 50 amp, they're 50, 30 amp full hookup sites. We avoided the road frontage area because of the traffic. You're going to get a lot of noise from the traffic on US Route 17. So there's US 17. If you just go down a few camp spaces, about 75 feet I'd say, the RVs break the noise. So we have not had a problem with road traffic noise in our site. That's the direction I just walked from, and right behind me is the dog park and the boat ramp and river access. Let's go check it out. You have campsites that come clear down to the river. That's the bridge across where Highway 17 crosses the river. And right up there is the dog park. They call it the playpen. That's the dog park. I usually walk Milo right down in here. And right next to the dog park is the boat ramp. Let me go down and show you the river. And here's the Peace River at Peace River Campground. The walking trail right off to my right takes you all along the river and will wind you back into the campground. Let me show you around. You'll find some huge trees back in here along the river. Very lush. I'm walking the trail and I do believe I see an alligator. Right down in there. Let me just see if I can get a little closer. Sure looks like it now. That is an alligator. Well, folks, alligators jump. And you cannot see him. Isn't that something? Well, folks, you gotta believe those signs. There are alligators here. My goodness, and there's all kinds of people swimming in that river. Woo-hoo! Let me take you up and show you around. And here's another section that's scenic. You have like a little beach area here. I gotta watch where I'm going. Yeah, I mean, I bet you there were 20 people in the river a little bit further up, a little bit closer to where the actual RVs are. And people were swimming in that river. You cannot see that alligator once they submerge. That alligator we saw was back down that way. Let me take you up toward where the campground is, where the river meets the campground, and I'll show you around up there. Yeah, it's pretty dense. I don't want to say woods. It's like a jungle back in here. And I'm getting closer to the campground. And this is the trail skirts the river. There's somebody down in the river off to our right. I tell you, if you got kids, they just absolutely love this river. We're getting closer to the campground. In fact, you can see one of the RVs up there. Uh-oh. There's another freaking alligator. I don't know whether I'll have to roll the video back and see if I caught that alligator on the periphery, but right down in there, that alligator was right there by that stump and splashed in the water. I caught his tail with my eye as he went into the water. But once they go in the water, for sure, you cannot, there's just no sign of them once they enter the water. Well, I got to give Peace River, Thousand Trails, credit where credit's due. I mean, this is a scenic river. See that bird across there? There's something splashed. I'm telling you, this is absolutely gorgeous. I caught it just at the right time of day. And to see two alligators just on this little walk. Well, the trail takes you right into the campground. That's the campground right there. And this area, we've seen people come out here, and this is where they'll wade in the river. And it's shallow enough, I would think you would be able to see an alligator in this portion if the one was in there, because of how shallow it is. So I will put that footnote in there. But this is where they'll look for shark teeth. They'll have sifters, and you must be able to get them off 1,000 Trails. People had like these, they were sifters, where you'll take in and go down into the river bottom and sift through the soot looking for shark teeth. So this is the other end of Catfish Street, and all these RVs to my right are they have the river in their backyard. They're all 30 amp, water hookup, no sewer. Here's a typical campsite along the river. Let's go back and take a look. This is going to be a 30 amp site with no sewer. Yep, 30 amps. Milo's checking it out too. Alright, let's see what you got your picnic table to the rear of the site. Wow. And that site's got a nice view of the river. Pretty cool. Yeah, get a load of the view from this campsite. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Just for reference, that was campsite number P72. Okay, so this area that you're looking at here is a low-lying area, and it will flood during heavy rain. There was some rain in here, or water in here last night because it rained pretty hard. And there's signs posted to tell you that all this area down in here, they're 30 amp water sites. There's no sewer down in here. Sometimes they have a lottery to move from these sites down in here up on top where you have full hookup sites. But they do have a honey wagon that will come around that's free to pump you out. And I caught up with a honey wagon while we were here, and I took a short video clip. I'll show you the honey wagon. And they do have a honey wagon at Peace River 1,000 Trails. Here's one of the restroom facilities here at Peace River Campground. That thing on the top is Wi-Fi, but you have to pay for it. And now I'm back on Deer Street. I'm heading up toward my rig. And yeah, the lottery, they did away with that when we were here, probably because of what time of year it is. We're here at the end of March. And so I guess the traffic slimmed down a little bit, so they no longer have the lottery. Yeah, it's my Cougar off to the left here. Maybe Melody and Milo are out. Let's see what's going on. Milo is here! Hi, Milo! Bratwurst is on the grill. Just waiting for him to get toasty. Surprisingly, self-service was good on all three carriers here at 1,000 Trails Peace River Campground. I think I'm going to leave it here. I'll have the upload and download speeds for Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile in the written video description on YouTube. If you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.